Hi guys, it's Jimmy again, your good old pal. Have you ever wondered how I was keeping my guitar so clean? Well, today I'm about to tell you how the hell I do clean my guitars. Alright, so what I like to have under my hand to clean my guitar and change the strings. So normally I start with this here, so it takes off every fingerprints that are on your guitar. It is a gloss finish, polish and wax and protect for your guitar. Very easy to apply. All you need is a soft cloth, and you can see here I have a soft cloth for every product that I do on the guitar, so I don't use the same soft cloth for everything. So this would be the start. So I clean my body. That's going to be the first step. Then guitar grease. This is for nut. So you apply some on the nut and it helps your guitar to stay in tune. Then if you have an old guitar and you see a lot of scratch on it, you could use this one here. This is a polishing wax product. I've tried it on another guitar. This one definitely doesn't need it, but if you're looking for a good polishing wax, this could be a good option here. So it's called Thorough polishing wax. You can find this on Amazon. And as you can see, it has its own soft cloth. Then Wonder Wipes. Basically, it is orange oil and not lemon oil. So that's the one that Music Man really suggests you go for when you use it on any Music Man guitars. Why? I don't know. But since I've bought it, I really like this product. Pretty easy to, use. And today we're just going to use an old one that I've been using for probably like 3 cleanups. So you can reuse it. Not that expensive. It's like $15 to buy, and you have like 20 Wonder Wipes coming with it. And knowing that you can use it multiple times, it's pretty cool to have, and it's really like certified for any Music Man you wipes. It has its own soft cloth too. You can go with the lemon oil. So for this guitar, as it's ebony, you could use it, but I'm sold to the Wonder Wipes. Just wanted you guys to know that you can, and I wouldn't suggest you using this on any maple fingerboards. So here we go. I think we're ready to start. Alright, first of all, we're going to take off the strings from the guitar, and I know there's a lot of people that tends to just, cut them straight up, but with a Floyd Rose, I don't really like doing this. I don't like to apply a lot of tensions on any strings on the guitar and the Floyd, so I tend to go as soft as possible. So I'll just loose one by one each of the tuners just to make sure everything goes, not too crazy, not too many tension. I don't want anything to, I don't want to force anything, So you just keep on loosing the strings. This would be a good start. Of course, if you want to clean it, you got to take off the super strings. So that would be the first step. Now that you've unstringed your guitar, you want to go safe. You don't want to, scratch your Floyd, scratch anything. So now is going to be the time to cut your strings. So you go one by one. You just cut it, so you make sure you're not scratching anything on your guitar. You want to keep it clean, especially if it's an expensive guitar. You don't want to mess up with that. There you go. So you cut each of them just like that. And I really recommend the Dunlop cutter here, which is my favorite one. I've been trying a cheap one before, and I really regretted it. This one really cuts well. No mess around, It cuts every strings. So here you go. Now you'll just have to take this off from the Floyd or the bridge, whatever, even if it's a fixed bridge. But you won't scratch anything by doing this. So this is the first step. Let's take off the strings. Okay, now that the body is clean, what we're going to do next is wipe the fretboard with some oil. These are the same, it's just that this one's an old one. So that's what we'll do today. So here we go, and if you haven't had a chance to try the Ernie Ball Music Man Wonder Wipes, you should try it, man. There you go. So you apply some. Don't be afraid, to put a little bit of pressure, not too much, just a little bit. And make sure you take every sweat drop off the fretboard, sorry. So this is supposed to hydrate your fretboard and also clean it. And I must say it's been a good 3 to 4 months that I didn't do it, so this fretboard is probably due. So here we go. So now that there's oil on your fretboard, what we're going to do is let it sit for about a minute and a half, and see if there's still, you know, a little residue on it. In this case, I had to apply a second oil. You know, I had to apply a second drop of it on it. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take off the excess. Sorry. Well, here you go. And if I say sorry a lot, it's probably because I'm Canadian. Don't judge me for that. Okay. So wipe the excess. Make sure you let it rest before doing that a good minute and a half. And if you need to apply more, you do apply more. Don't apply too much though. You don't want to you don't want the fretboard to go moist or be too hydrated. The goal here is basically to clean it and hydrate it a little bit, just to make sure it holds its value and it stays clean. So here you go. Now the fretboard is clean. So now that everything is clean, what we're going to do is to restring this super guitar. And as I'm in drop C and I like to shred and do solos and bends and stuff like that, I use 1156 by D'Addario. Here we go. And by the way, if you guys have a lot of dust and stuff like that, you can use a toothbrush just to make sure, you know, you take off all the dust from your guitar. And of course, don't do this on the body of the guitar, especially if you have a finish that is a clear. So here we go for the restringing.
Few minutes later.
So now that you adjusted the tension, what you'll need to do, of course, is tune your guitar. So what you'll need is a good tuner. This is the Polytune clip, pretty good tuner for, you know, a digital tuner. So here we go. I'm just going to tune it back. Now that the guitar's in tune, the very last thing you need to do, and you freaking need to do that, man, and there's a lot of people that are not doing it, please stretch your strings. If you don't, you'll have a hard time staying in tune, and your whole week is going to be a disaster. So the good way to stretch your strings, don't be afraid to stretch them. Like pull the string a lot, you know. So you apply a little pressure here, so it doesn't go out of the knot. There's nothing happening, and you just stretch it this way here, just like that. You do this with all the strings. Then what you're going to do is you're going to tune it again right after it, and you redo it, because yes, you probably have to stretch them for a good 15 minutes if you want your guitar to stay perfectly in tune, especially if you're about to record or do a gig. So listen to me, repeat this a few times and do it for at least a good 10 to 15 minutes, and then at least your guitar will stay in tune. That's most of it. Now that your guitar is cleaned, you change the strings, you stretch them, it's time to play. And play at least a good 20 minutes. So just to stretch them a little bit more, and you're good for the show, you're good to record, you're good to go, man. Your guitar is good for at least a good month. It was Jimmy from Jimbo's. Have a nice one, guys.